Today, traveling from one place to another is extremely easy. Depending on the distance, we can walk, ride a bicycle, drive a car, take a train, fly in an airplane, or even travel by spacecraft, reaching our destination within a predictable amount of time. We look at a map, press a button, and start the journey. We can set off whenever we want, listening to the year's most popular songs, holding a cup of coffee, and carrying plenty of snacks. But it was not always this easy. In times when there was no technology, no marked roads, and no signposts, traveling from one place to another carried a meaning very different from what we imagine today. Distance was not measured only in kilometers. It was measured in thirst, heat, exhaustion, and uncertainty. To truly understand this difference, we are now going to take a journey, and while doing so, we will focus on a very important route. This journey took place in the year 622 and changed the course of history. Our goal is to understand the route traveled by Prophet Muhammad during the Hijrah, the road stretching from Mecca to Medina. Today, the distance between Mecca and Medina is approximately 450 kilometers. Thanks to modern roads, this journey can be completed by car in 4 or 5 hours. There are air-conditioned vehicles, rest areas, plenty of water, and security. But in the 7th century, this journey was entirely different. Now let us leave the modern world behind for a moment. Highways disappear, cars vanish, phones, maps, and applications fade away. All that remains is the desert, the sky, and a long road. We are in the year 622, the period when the Hijrah began. Before setting out, the first thing that must be done is preparing the camel. A camel can carry an average load of about 200 kilograms, and we must not exceed this limit. Let us assume the average weight of a person making the journey is 70 kilograms. The saddle and basic equipment weigh around 15 kilograms. When we add a simple tent and a few personal belongings, approximately 100 kilograms of capacity remains. Is this enough to survive? The supplies we can carry are limited. Water, skins, dates, dried fruits, some bread, and perhaps a small amount of milk. There is no extra, and there is nowhere to restock. And just as we have needs, the camel has needs as well. The camel also requires food and water every day. Everything we carry is therefore critical for both our survival and the camel's. At the beginning of the journey, our body feels strong and our mind is determined. There is no immediate sense of danger. Our steps are steady, our pace controlled. This is not a race. It is not even a marathon. It is more like a long test of endurance and patience. In those first moments, we might even hum a pleasant song or recite a poem to ourselves. As the sun rises, the true face of the desert begins to reveal itself. The morning coolness slowly disappears. The sand heats up. The air grows heavier. Progress becomes more difficult. And we are still on the first day when we look back. It feels as though we can still hear the merchants of Mecca shouting in the marketplace. During the early hours, moving forward is possible, but as midday approaches, it becomes almost impossible. You must find shade. From this point on, survival matters more than movement. Even the camel wants to stop. This is why desert journeys are made early in the morning and late in the afternoon. While the hottest hours of the day are spent waiting, you sit in the shade. There is no modern smartphone in your hand, no chance to scroll through Instagram. You cannot pass the time watching reels on TikTok while waiting for the sun to set. In front of you lies a silent desert, leaving you with nothing to do but think. When the sun slowly begins to descend, you set out again. The evening hours are the most efficient time for desert travel. The sky changes color, the temperature drops. While the air is cooler, you can cover more distance. You walk through the endless desert beneath a sky filled with hundreds of stars. Your guide is the sky itself. Only by the stars can you tell whether you are on the right path. As the hours pass, the cool air turns into biting cold. In desert climates, nights can be just as cold as days are hot. There are also predators. For this reason, you must stop before complete darkness sets in. The tent is set up, simple, light, and practical. There is no luxury, only shelter. One day passes like this. The next day, the same cycle repeats. After a few days, once Mecca is completely behind you, you are alone with the desert. No matter where you turn your head, all you see is the sun and sand. You never know exactly how much distance you have covered in a day. If nothing goes wrong, it is possible to travel about 40-50 kilometers per day. This means the journey between Mecca and Medina could take 9 to 12 days. But we are not machines. Each day spent in the desert slightly reduces our strength. Our supplies are limited. We must find water, find food, and most importantly, be sure that we are on the right path. This is the reality under which the Hijra took place. This was not merely a journey from Mecca to Medina. It was the protection of a belief. It was the struggle for survival of a community. If this documentary was beneficial for you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it. In the comments, write which miracle affected you the most. See you in the next video. As-salāmu ʿalaykum.